Okay, back again on the purple Jeep build. Essentially what I did off camera was I've got both motors, this green and this blue, put it together, and then I came to one wire so that the battery on my DeWalt adapter can operate both. And then this, I don't have them touching because, as you know from the other videos, as soon as I touch those two, it'll complete the circuit. And if the motors are working, then both of the rear tires will spin. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. There it goes. So both motors were spinning just fine. So now we're at a point where we know the motors work. We know it's getting power. We know that the switch works because we just tested it on our table over there. So we can kind of know, at least reasonably, that when the switch was in the Jeep when we tried it and it didn't work, that something's going on, probably with this guy, which again has been my theory on all of these types of vehicles. This thing just gets corroded, gets broken, gets whatever, and as soon as this thing gets shot, then the whole Jeep is shot, and then people just give up and they give away their $400 Jeep to somebody like me. So what I think let's just go ahead and cut to the chase, and let's just go ahead and I'm going to take this whole thing out. I'm going to take all these wires out, which to my knowledge, just so you know, like all these wires here are what I call my, the secondary stuff, all the lights, could be, radio or whatnot, all these little small wires. I mean, you can see, from this headlight up here, that it's a black and white wire, kind of flows down and then goes into here. So this little guy here seems to be the control for lights and things like that. So it's nothing really crucial. So don't worry about unplugging stuff and all that. Again, I'll just say that this is just meant to be a fun project. The goal is to get rid of these circuit boards and get all of this working eventually, so that when these things break, there's no big deal. You leave these things in the rain, should be no problem. So what I'm going to do now, I think, is, you're just going to go through, you're going to kind of unplug all this stuff. I wouldn't cut the wires just yet because you just never know if you want to do something different at this time. But, go ahead and unplug everything out of it. There's nothing in this thing. I'm going to take that screw out. It's already been broken, it looks like, and take it out. And let's go ahead and hardwire that pedal switch. We'll go ahead and install it, run our new wires up here and put it into the circuit just like we did on our table. And we're going to take it step by step, so then we'll have a Jeep working that at least will run when you press the pedal. Now, you're not going to have reverse. You're not going to have forward. You'll have forward. You won't have reverse. Your lights won't work yet. If you use a high and low gear, that won't work, which who wants to use low gear anyway? I just wouldn't do that. In addition, just so you know what my plan of attack is for this particular build is I really like these tires. They don't seem to be as hard plastic as the others. They're just a little bit better quality. It's also just a really cool Jeep with the lights and stuff. So it's two-wheel drive. So I think what I want to do is actually hook it to two batteries, and I'm going to have one battery that's dedicated to that motor and then do a separate battery, for that motor, so that each motor gets a true full power for as long as possible to hopefully make this thing as fast as possible with this setup. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. So off camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to go ahead and install the pedal switch, which is over there. I'm going to go ahead and install it back over here. And let's just see if it works with that setup. And then, like I said, at least you have a Jeep that works. It will go forward. It will go fast. And that's about it for now. And then you can start adding to what you've built. But at least you have a working product that you can build off that. Your kid can still ride it, have a good time. And when he goes to bed, then you can, most importantly, which I don't condone to you social media warriors, grab you a cigar and then come work on your kid's Jeep and have a good time. So that's what I'm going to do off camera.